Hey dancers! So now you are really serious about starting to have a daily practice with your mindset, and you're wondering what I should do actually. How do I practice my mindset daily and make it as natural as possible? If you want to know how, stay tuned. Hello creative souls, welcome to this sanctuary where you can transform your dance and soul and speak your authentic voice. I am Chandini, I am a dancer, and today I guide a dancer just like you to really build an empowering mindset so that they can reclaim power toward their life but also their dance career and fully create a life on their terms. So we started this series about a simple practical guide to mindset, and today we are coming in the most important video, I would say, is that how looks like a daily practice of mindset. Because let's be truly honest, there is a lot of definition of what people consider is to be mindset, and there is a lot of them that are very toxic thinking and they are not even accurate, because behind mindset, and you know that, and if you missed my series about all the fundamental of what mean mindset, you can find it back on my YouTube channel on the specific playlist, where I remind you, and I will again remind you today, mindset is just law of assumption, mean whatever you assume to be true, whatever you repeat in your head all the time is going to manifest in your reality. Your reality is just a mirror that's delayed and portraying and showing you what thought, what ideas you have been entertaining so long in your mind to the point you started to identify with them. So when you realize, because in the previous video you started to build awareness about, okay, I see some of my pattern, and now I realize that I have been worrying a lot, for example, as a dancer, not being chosen every time I apply for a festival or things like that, or I am opening my dance school and I don't have much student because I am entertaining the thought of I am not good enough, people are not going to find me, it's always hard for me, every time I want to do something, it's no one believes me, people tell me that it's not a good idea. You are entertaining this thought, you get aware of it. Now, how do we change this mindset to be sure it works only in your favor? So first key point is like, you have to decide what's your new story. Nothing can happen unless you get fucking clear about what's that you want. What's that you want to experience in your life? Who you want to be, even, I will say. What's happening to you as a normal basis? What do you want to be happening to you as a normal and favorable basis? So it can be something very general, or it can be something extremely specific, or it can be both of them. It depends on which topic. So if I take back this idea of being the dancer who is never chosen and always have to struggle, your new story will be, no, I am always chosen and everything is always easy for me. I'm always picked, I'm always seen, I'm always understood, and I'm always chosen for contracts, for festival, and even students choose me. Like, it's so easy for me to fill my dance school. This is your new story. And now, the aim of a mindset is that we are... Some days it's really hard to articulate now. We are going to rewire your mind to think as if this new story, it's already true to you and it's your natural state. We are completely reversing engineering everything you have been doing till now. You have no idea because you didn't know before, but the number of times you rehearsed the story of, I am not chosen. I am not this acknowledged dancer. You have been rehearsing this story in your mind so much time, and every time something happens in your reality, you have been acting from this identity of, yes, I expect to don't be chosen, and it hurt me. This was the worst, is that it hurt me. I know that you are not finding any contentment in it, but it's just what your mind and your body expect. So how to change the expectation? For that, we are going to use tools. So again, I'm telling you, you have manifested this life, for example, of not being chosen and having to struggle in the dance industry. It's just, even just to make money in dance. Maybe you have the limiting belief of making money with dance is hard. So much time you heard that and you entertain it in your mind to the point you accepted this idea as true. So because you accepted this idea as true, it became true in your reality to the point like you cannot even question it. You are not even questioning it right now. You think like, no, it's true, it's fact. I'm seeing it everywhere. Yes, because you have manifested it. Not to blame you. We don't blame anyone here. Just to say, like, just be aware of that and just realize it. If you are being capable to create this version of reality you don't want, you can completely create the opposite one. It's not more hard. It's just our mind, our ego mind, our perception is going to make it a little harder sometimes. So we reverse engineer that. Now we entertain only the story. Oh, I am always chosen, making money with dance. It's so easy. Because this is just what it is. A story you have entertained in your mind to the point you don't question it. So now you should come to the point where you decide this story and you don't question it anymore. Yes, you will get doubts. Yes, you will have maybe resistance at the beginning, but I will make a very specific video to talk about that. That probably will be the next video. So I'm not asking you to believe. I'm asking you to don't question, like, you have decided that, it's decided. I will take a very simple example. When I have to renovate my space, long ago I decided, okay, when I'm going to repaint all the hood part, I want it to be a type of a shade that is white and gray. It's a mix of white and gray, okay? I have decided that. It's a decision. My parents came like, you sure it's going to be a little cold? No, it's not going to be too much dull. And a lot of people came to give the idea, oh no, you should do this, you should do that. But I have decided. I'm fucking stubborn. So I have decided like, no, this is what I want. And I was envisioning it in my head. I was seeing how it could look like. And I didn't know when it's going to happen because I have to buy the painting. I'm not sure I can find the shade I want. But the thing is like, I have decided. So no matter what people trying to bring me doubt or try to tell me something else, I stick to my decision. This is all you have to do with your new story. You just need to stick to your decision. People will tell you otherwise. Your mind itself, your ego mind, will tell you otherwise, will tell you a completely different story. You should stay this same stubborn person like, no, now it's decided. This is who I am. This is my story. This is why I experiment. I don't go back. That's what I'm telling you. To don't quit your decision. That's what it will be about. So the tools we are going to use. Tools are tools. What manifests is you entertaining the story over and over of you having already these things you want. You already be chosen. You already being booked. You already making all the money you want with your dance. So I will tell you from a personal perspective, and I will also tell you all the tools that exist. And truly, beginning, it's an exploration. And maybe it feels like in the beginning you will lose a lot of time. I don't know. This is what I felt. But I mean, like, I found early, actually, the method that was working for me. But again, I got distracted by a lot of other teaching and people saying like, no, it does not work. You should do this, you should do that. And I got myself lost in this world where I forgot that I already know how it works. I was already experimenting it. But I wanted so much to do like the best method, the best way to manifest, the faster, the better, that I put again this head of perfectionism, because this is why I'm trying to overcome perfectionism. I have overcome it a lot, but you see, it's always try to sneak back. And my perfectionism brought me back into like, oh, no, it cannot be that simple. It has to be more perfect, more complicated. So I was looking for that. Of course, I found it. That's what I'm saying. I'm telling you, anytime you feel confused with mindset and you are wondering what you should do what I'm doing is that always go back to the basic. What states the law? The law of assumption said what you assume to be true, what you believe, what you entertain on your mind over and over, what you keep repeating to yourself in your internal dialogue, in your thought process, is gonna manifest if you persist in it. In the same way till now, you are persisted in the idea that it's harder to make money with dance. Or it's harder to have a good relationship among the dance industry. Or I am never chosen. Or I always have to prove myself to my mentor, to others, to the industry. That's just a story you rehearsed. Coming maybe from past trauma, we don't care. We don't need to go past to solve the now. There is only now that exists, and the only way to solve anything is to now, what do I choose to think? Why do I choose I want to be true? Even though my reality is showing me the opposite, even though my fucking dance school is empty. If you have decided that my dance school is filled with happy students, this is the only story you should entertain in your mind. Affirmations are the most natural way, because this is what we already do, all of us, all the day. Affirmation is just thought. We are thinking, we are affirming something to ourselves. We are telling something to ourselves. We always have an inner dialogue. We have more than 60,000 thoughts a day. And when I came to know that, I was like, I didn't thought I was thinking so much, even though I am an overthinker. So imagine, even I'm an overthinker, maybe I go till 90 thoughts a day, 90,000 thoughts a day. I have no idea. But just to say that, the game is not to control each and every thought, it's to control the story and the narrative you are telling about yourself. If you want your dance school to be filled with students, you have to tell yourself each and every day, I am so happy my school is filled with students. I'm so happy my school is filled with students. My school is filled with students. My school is filled with students. You just have to repeat that to yourself. This is when we jump to robotic affirming. Robotic affirming so far is what works best for me. I know that not everyone is going to enjoy that. This is why I'm saying you try, or you have maybe your own way to robotic affirm. For example, me, when I'm just, let's say, watching TV, or I'm just playing game on the Switch, when this is my relaxing time, or when I am cleaning, when I'm cleaning, arranging, decluttering, that I can robotic affirm for hours. Like, no kidding, and I won't get a headache. I will just peacefully loop in my mind, because also my mind is used to my affirmation. Sometimes it loop it even without me having to do it. When I start to wake up in the morning, I am still dozing. You see, in this half sleep, I hear my mind starting already to affirm, because I have programmed it for that. So it's something I enjoy to do and does not feel hard to me. Some people, maybe you will feel like it's weird, it's boring, or it takes my head. Maybe that's not the best way for you, but it is really, I will tell you, like, try. Even if it's just the time you brush your teeth. Anyways, you are going to think something while you brush your teeth. At least think your affirmation, think your new story. And it depends. Some people prefer to tell them a full story. Me, more and more, I'm like, it's more like robotic affirming and just 2-3 sentences different sometimes to just build up the story. But some people, they prefer to tell us a story. So for example, while you're brushing your teeth, you have a 5 minutes ahead of you. You can be saying like, oh, I'm so happy, I'm going to my school and I love that there is so much student now. Oh, and I'm so excited, I'm going to teach them this choreo. Or we are going to do that. Oh, and I'm preparing for the end of the show, the end of the year. It's going to be fine. You see, you are telling yourself a story that's favorable, that's aligned with the reality you want to experience, as if you are already experiencing now. I'm telling you, I had a school filled with students. This is what you are going to think. Naturally, you're going to think, oh, I have to make this choreo for this class. And there is this group. Oh, today, how much? I have 3 groups today. Oh, okay. And this is the end of the show. Oh, I have to think the costume of this. You see, it looks like that I am overthinking or I am... But no, this is what you are going to do. So it's like, it is what you want to experience. You want to be planning all this course because you want to have a lot of students in your school, for example. So you are going to entertain this story, or you just take one sentence and you loop it for 5 minutes. Anyways, you are going to brush your teeth, you are going to wonder something else, you are going to worry about something instead of rehearsing. This is what you have been done before. Maybe you were not aware, but before, while you were brushing your teeth, you were dwelling in the story of, shit, I don't have students, how am I going to make money? Maybe it was a bad idea, I am renting this place, what if it never works? I have only one student who inquire, I'm not even sure she will join. This is what you have been rehearsing before. And you didn't even know it. So now we are going to rehearse the good story. So affirmation, it's just thought. It's just what you are going to think. It's just your inner dialogue. Robotic affirming is looping them like robot. It's truly the name. And if while you do this robotic affirmation, you feel nothing, doesn't matter, it's working. Your brain, remember, your subconscious mind, accept as true anything you tell it. If you say to your mind, shit, my dance school is empty, your subconscious, it does not have eyes, it does not see. You may tell me like, Chandini, I can see that the room is empty. Yeah, not the subconscious don't see it. Your eyes and your conscious mind see it. But the subconscious is going to accept what you keep telling it. So if you are in front of your empty room, you can see there is fucking no one in this room, and you say to yourself, oh, I'm so happy, my room is filled with students. Your subconscious mind is going to say, okay, got it, accepted, okay. Truly, this is how it works. It has been demonstrated by neuroscience, all the science. So this is really what happened. It's clearly like a placebo effect. So we are applying the concept of a placebo effect to you. And I know for some people who are I raise my hand. I was the most rational people. I'm bad in science since childhood. All I accept is science. So you cannot find more logical and rational than me. But when I studied that mindset part, that is completely quantum law, neuroscience, that is full of science, I didn't have any other choice than, this is true. It looks woohoo and fancy when we word it, but it's completely based on science, and there is a lot of good books about it, lot of research, so you can find it anywhere. So just to say that, it may look delusional, especially if you're a very logical man, you feel like you're making a fool of yourself, but no, actually you already made a fool of yourself thinking you were not choosing, you were not making money with dance by believing this story. It's just like you didn't know law of assumption works like that. We all learned that reality comes and that tells us what's possible or no. It never worked like that. It never worked that way. And I know it's completely counterintuitive, but how it works is that you think about something, it gets reflected in your reality. Not always instantaneously, not always in the day itself. Sometimes it can take more time. It depends on the topic, your level of resistance, your level of acceptance of the new story. It's all about that. Are you accepting the new story, or are you always going back to, no, this is not working, because that's going to manifest as well. And I could, as with personal example, talk a lot about that. So the main tools I love to use is this affirmation, robotic affirmation, when I'm doing a task that does not require me to be focused. Because all of that make your inner conversation. Like, what are you telling to yourself? How are you talking to yourself? For example, every time you go open your studio and you know that today there is no student coming because you are trying to promote it and yet not student came, every time you are putting the key in the door, what are you telling to yourself? Oh gosh, there is no one, I am a failure, I'm never gonna make it, it's too hard, I should have not done that. Or are you saying like, oh, I'm so happy, soon enough it will be filled with students. I know that. It's the best idea to open this dance school. Because when you tell that, what you are telling to yourself is gonna manifest. So beware how you talk to yourself. Some people will use scripting. I used to have scripting a lot before. Now I am doing something quite different with scripting, and this is something I will be talking about obviously in my space. But if you like to script. If it relaxes you, if it helps you, do it. If you don't at all like just to have a pencil in your hand, like, just don't do it. The aim of all these tools, some people will do meditation, some people will visualize. Me, I visualize, not all the time, because naturally when I think, I get image. Sometimes yes, sometimes not. So I'm not forcing it. My aim is to be as natural as possible. What I have been doing when I was entertaining the wrong story, I'm trying to do the same with now the new story. So all of that, they are just tools to help you dwell in the new story. They are not the things that manifest. What manifests is you dwelling in the new story. So how do you want to dwell? Anyways, you are going to think. To be honest, you cannot avoid affirming because you're always going to think something. So thinking is just affirming something. So affirmation will always be there. Meditation, visualization, scripting, stuff like that, it's more like add a tool to help you dwell in this story. Hypnosis also works well. It just depends. You can try all of them and see. But the aim of a daily practice of mindset, again, is to be as natural as possible. In the sense that I know that when I am looping my affirmation for 4 hours, maybe you will think that that's not natural. I bet you not. When I was dwelling in my anxiety, it looks like the same. I was literally doing that for 4 hours. I was just affirming without knowing it. The story I was dwelling it, like my worries and this and that happened, imagining all the worst case scenario. So when we are saying that, robotic affirming is not natural, depends. But for an overthinker like me, it's fucking natural. And maybe this is why it works so well for me. Because I naturally do that. So now, what I will advise you, because my aim is to always have you having what match you. what match your way of being, and not to copy paste a method that gave success to someone. No, we don't do that. It's your formula always, whether it's in your dance career, in your mindset, whatever. We want to be in your formula. Just take a day and observe yourself. What do you do? From the moment you start to wake up, are you already thinking? Are you imagining something in your mind? Are you questioning something? Observe yourself, and you will very fastly spot that maybe you are someone who have a lot of inner conversation. Maybe someone who visualize, maybe someone who don't really visualize, who don't get image in your head, that's possible. But somewhere you will be doing something. There is a lot happening in your mind. You just have to understand what's happening in your mind. And if, for example, you tell me like, oh, and what do you do when you are anxious, and what helps you to soothe that? That also is going to be very important, because doubt will come. Your mind will oppose. You think what? Your conscious mind that has been ruling the game till now without you knowing it, you think it will let you do peacefully? Not for everything. So, of course, he will come with opposition. This is his job. He's paid. He's not paid, but he has been created to oppose you. To be sure that, are you sure? Are you sure? And it's you who has the final word. It's you who say, yes, I am sure, I decide. You are always the only one deciding. Your mind is just there to be like, let's say it's a democracy. So all the opinions are tolerated. You are at the end, you are the president of your life. So you take the decision. But you should accept that there is opposition. Does not mean you have to buy into it. You have to believe it. Okay, so once you see like that, you will also stop to fight with your opposing thought. You won't see them as something threatening you. You will just see them like, okay, it is this job. What do I decide? No, I don't want that. Fuck off. I decide, and you return. Manifesting daily practice of mindset is just returning over and over to the decision you have made. If you have decided you have a dance school filled with students, you keep sticking to this decision no matter what you see in front of you. And this is where it's coming this point. This video is maybe going a little more long than usual. In face of your reality, when your reality is screaming the opposite, what the fuck do you do? Because this is where most of the people, and even me, a lot of time, I have fallen, I rise again, I fall again. This is normal. And I'm like, until we surrender to the reality of how manifestation works, until we surrender to the process, to the reality of it, we are going to do this I rise, I fall, I rise, I fall. So my aim is to help you to don't fall so much, because beginning will fall, it's okay. But to as soon as possible, quick as possible, to stop to fall. Your reality here, my mic, the table, whatever, this is the 3D world. Why? Because it is a physical, the measurable one. The 3 dimension. We have time, we have position with coordinate, and we have quantities, the mass. So we are surrounded by what we call physical evidence, people behaviors, numbers in your bank account, numbers in your dance school, event, things that happen in your life, All of that is fucking delayed. This is not real time. It's not in real time matching your thought. Now it looks like, but because you have entertained a story so long that now you do it on autopilot. So the aim of mindset is that the most favorable story you are telling about yourself should become your autopilot. But how your it's hard today. How your unfavorable story became automatic because you repeated it. How do you know the alphabet? How do you know how to count without mistaking? How do we know 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? How do we know? We learn it. We repeated it like a poem until it become in our mind like settle. This is the same things we are doing with your new story. We are going to learn it and rehearse it over and over, because by rehearsing it, it's going to happen. But meanwhile, it's delayed. Again, according to what you manifest and the way you surrender to it, time will be different. Again, manifesting a free cup of coffee, a brand new car, or winning the lottery, in the eyes of the quantic law, it's the same amount of energy. You just have to tune to it. There is no one that's going to be more fast than the others. What makes our perception of this takes time to happen, is because our mind is perceiving in a certain way and interpreting. Because we think it's harder. We think that, that's more impossible than a free cup of coffee that's easy to fathom for your mind. Because the other one is hard to fathom for your mind, it brings little resistance. This is why you think that it's harder, but it's not. In the eyes of the law and the physics, it's not. Then you have to understand that what creates your reality is the 4D. The 4D is your mind, is your imagination, it is your thoughts. Because there, space and time are together. This is what says the quantic law. There is no difference anymore between, there is space-time. It's linked together. And I don't want to enter too much in science, even though it's something that passionates me, but you just go to the movie Interstellar from Nolan. This is the best movie ever. This is my favorite movie. People who don't like this movie, I don't know why. So let me know in the comment if you like this movie and you've watched it. This is exactly the same. It's perception. When the people are staying on Earth, and that guy is flying in space and is in a planet that's near a black hole, time and space bend completely differently. By the time he is spending 5 minutes in this planet, on planet Earth, 10 years has happened. See how that concept itself is complicated to fathom for the mind. Because our perception of time and space is just linked to we are living in this 3D world. But the entire universe is not living on this 3D world. They are living on the quantum. Even your atoms inside you is living through the quantum physics. So you have to understand that right now it's just a perceive. So in your mind, you are capable. This is where it's very important for you to understand. We are capable in our mind to go back in past, just in 5 minutes. You are capable to relive your past. Your past can be what happened last week when you have a fight with one of your family members. The past can be like that childhood trauma you experienced like 20 years ago. Or it can be that, I remember when I started dance, and you can put back yourself in your mental imagination to that day. Your mind travels at the speed of light. We are capable. It's not just in our head. It's real. It's real. And when we dream, most of the people who are not trained with that, they are not even aware they are dreaming. And you are completely taken. You feel it. You can smell. You can taste. You can eat. You can feel pain. You can even believe you're going to die. This is why we wake up all of a sudden. Like, it is real for the mind. And the mind creates reality. Your inner world, your imagination is the most powerful tool. And unfortunately, we are being raised thinking that the reality in front of us is the absolute truth. No, the only truth is what we believe, even though it's the opposite of what we see. Our imagination is shit powerful. This is why being delusional, it's a good thing when we manifest. And for me, it has always brought me the fastest results when I tune completely in delusion. For me, it works. I know being delusional will scare a lot of people. That's another story. This is why people can manifest in the way they want, but the law does not change. The law is what it is. What you entertain the most becomes your reality. So if you entertain playing small, you manifest playing small. If you entertain playing being completely fucked up delusional, you are going to experience that. So the 4D is all your assumption. The identity you occupy with your thoughts. Like when you keep thinking like, I am successful, then you occupy the identity of I am successful. Your internal dialogue, all of that, what's happening in your mind is instant. But it travels very fast. It's instant. This is why we can have the number of times it happened with some of my friends, with even some of my clients. At the moment they text me, I was thinking about them and telling them something. And you know what? They came to tell me that right now they are thinking about something that was exactly what I'm thinking about. We were talking about the same topic. Because thought travel at the speed of light. It can cross it's not complicated to cross the entire world. All of that is instant, but to have your reality to move around you and to match is little delayed. Sometimes yes, sometimes no. It depends. I have been manifesting things even if you manifest in an hour, it happened to me, it's still a delay because I was thinking it an hour before. So there is always delay. The time of delay is like how you surrender also. And you should not think that, if it took a week to happen means I did something wrong. No. It's maybe the time to rearrange the physical world needed a week. That's it. So we should not focus on time Because now we have to understand that time, I don't like when people say time is an illusion, but scientifically it's true. But when we have a human experience, when our emotions are involved, when we face things that's difficult, like for example, like you are in big check in your bank account, it's showing 0, you have the grocery to make for your kids, you have fees to pay for your dance school, and there is a problem with your family, like real shit. And someone comes to say, oh, but time is an illusion. It's hurting and it's hard. It's not gonna help you. So just understand in the law, in the physics, yes, time is an illusion. It's not what we think it is. This is why I will tell you, like, don't focus on time. The only things you have to focus is rehearse the new story over and over. Even though you see opposition, even though everything is screaming it's not possible, it's just showing you it's not possible because you have believed this for so much time it's not possible. So you need to override that. So you need to stick to your decision. This is what looks like a daily practice of mindset. It's just sticking to one decision and returning in your mind over and over to it, in your inner conversation, in any method and tool you want to use. In the face of reality that's showing opposition or not what you want, or not yet the new story you want, you deny, you revocate, you choose what you want, you return to it like this is the only things. Nothing else exists. This is what it is true right now. This is what looks like a real practice of mindset. It has nothing to do with chanting under the moon and moving some crystal. Like, yeah, if you assume that every time I touch my crystal, I get my manifestation, it's gonna work. Because assumptions work. Whatever you assume to be true will work. So create the assumption that works for you. You understand? It's all assumption. What you will assume to be true will always be true. What you repeat to yourself over and over will be true. So if you think that every time I meditate, I get what I want, if you keep telling that to yourself, it will be true. Not because because you have been meditating, because you say that because I meditate, I get what I want, because you created an assumption. And this is what we do already all the time. We keep assuming, interpreting things. So I hope this video has been clear for you. I know it has been a little long, but I know that sometimes it's nice also to take time to have this conversation. Next video, I will be talking more about how to really face doubt and resistance, because we are emotional beings. So our emotions are going to be in the game for sure. So that will be the topic of next week. If you have any question, any concern, you can always comment and share it below. And thank you for being here. Thank you for supporting this channel. And if there is any topic, any concern you want to see also in this channel, you can drop it in the comment section for sure. So thank you very much. I wish you a very good weekend and see you next week.